Greetings Taurians, hey, welcome to March 2020 and your tarot reading with me. Thank you for joining me and thank you to all new subscribers to the channel. Hey guys, if you hit the subscription button and then the notification button, you'll always be able to see the uploads when they come onto the channel. Also check your moon and rising signs and see what messages are there for the month of March as well. We are using these three different decks that you see in front of you. The first is a Doreen Virtue Full Tarot deck. The second one is the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. And the third one is a Light Language deck by Denise Jarvie. So we will see what messages arrive through the decks shortly. I have done some intuitive work for you first, and these are the messages that came up. Now you'll have to think through them and sort of see how your reaction goes with them. They might be more applicable to some of you than others. But the first message that came was something that you think is out of alignment isn't. It's just that you haven't seen all aspects of it yet. Now I'm thinking this is more of a metaphysical aspect as opposed to a physical alignment issue in your body. So something that you're feeling isn't working or isn't melding into your life properly, or that is jarring or causing angst. It is there for you. It's just that there are other dynamics or perspectives to look into, or change your direction of vision a little bit, or add something else to the concept to be able to see into it with more depth. It says shine some light into the subject. It may be something that's been kept in the dark, so something that's hidden or you're not aware of, or you're hiding it from some people. So you may feel something that you are either thinking or feeling is out of alignment with some others, but the thing is, if you discussed it further or opened it up or extrapolated it out, it's not as out of alignment as you think. So for some of you it may even be like you can't put 2 and 2 together and get 4, you're getting 82 or something, but the thing is you haven't got all the information. So this is about digging a wee bit deeper, perhaps connecting with other people, asking a few more questions, or listening to a little bit of other information to get the full picture. And another message that came up was to share your worries or share what's on your mind. There is care around you, and there are people who care for you and are willing to support you or help you to try and find answers or resolutions to things that you're seeking at the moment. Then journey came up, which could be a literal travel for some of you. So some of you may be traveling at this point in time in March, or it's a spiritual journey and there's a bridge to cross. And it's sometimes in the dark. So again, we're talking about not having the full perspective or vision of something around you that you are I don't want to say floundering with, but you just can't find your ground with it. You can't find the full answers. You can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's there. It's just that you've got to open up some doors or see into things more. The letter J may be relevant to you in the month of March. This could be referencing a place name or a person's name or an energy that comes to you with the letter J. I've also said to light something, and I don't quite know what I mean in reference to that. Could it be lighting a candle, or could it be bringing light into a subject? Then I've got pack your bags, movement and shifting. So some quite complicated messages that came through, and I'm not entirely sure how they will fit with you or what they will mean. They could require some sort of meditation work to figure out what exactly they are pinpointing. Let's see what the cards can add to those messages that came for you. So this is for Taurus for March 2020. What's in store for them? The Emperor, this is an Aries type energy, and it can relate to the months of March and April, which means that something around you could be very active or about to take place right now type of energy. This is use logic and structure to increase your success, get organized, a firm but compassionate leader. So the Emperor can be someone like an Aries person who comes into your life and gives you some guidance or sets some boundaries or insight. He can be someone like a lawyer or a taxman or an accountant who you may also be needing to see to set something up or break something down consequently. He could be about signing documents or undertaking some sort of official realm or official information or official visit of some sort. See, he's in the background, that's a church. So sometimes he is involved in government authorities or big organisations or institutions that sit well in the community. Some of you may be involved in interactions along these lines as well, or you may be interested in joining or activating something in there. The next card that came out was the Three of Autumn, which is the Three of Pentacles. Follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do, being compensated for your career talents. They're both good cards. They are both quite productive cards in terms of action and energy and moving forward in a positive movement. This one can be about career. That's what she's definitely defining it as. And often working in a project with 3 people and being assigned to a project or a creative perspective or something that you are making or designing. It can be being put into a team with 3 people. So this could be a promotion. Maybe you oversee 3 people and become a department leader or something similar. Oftentimes I think of this as when something is being produced or written or creatively finished and being acknowledged. Sometimes this can be a thesis or a university degree or an invention, and it can go public, so there can be public recognition when this card comes out as well. I think I'll just move this beautiful fire agate heart over there for now. Let's see what else was coming for Taurus. That one fell off the bottom, didn't want to fit in. Oh, another major arcana, the High Priestess. Trust in your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. So the High Priestess is when we gain quite a higher perspective of our own personal being, our representation of who we are, what we stand for and where we want to go, and especially at the soul level. So this can indicate higher activity and higher learning. And I mentioned before that this is a church in the background, and I'm not necessarily talking about going to a religious place, you know, for higher learning, but I'm talking about the spirituality that can come from esoteric learning or philosophical beliefs. And she holds great knowledge because of this book that she has. So some of you could become enlightened or be made more aware of something that you have been seeking to find the answer for. And that's kind of the message that came at the beginning of the reading for you guys about expanding on what you are looking at and looking further, and to find that you are more in alignment than you think. It's just that you needed to find some answers. This card can also represent new relationships sometimes if you are not in a current relationship, and it can represent quite a heightened sexual chemistry, so people could find you very attractive at this time. It's also a card that can represent conception and fertility as well. So let's see what else is there. And we notice how purple it is, which talks about, you know, the third eye and the crown chakra areas as well. Let's just have a look in here for Taurus. For March. Oh, wow. Okay, so 4 out of 5 major arcanas, and I'm thinking for quite a lot of the signs as we have evolved into 2020, and in real terms we're only in the 3rd month, and we started off with that massive conjunction Pluto, Saturn and Jupiter in Capricorn, which is also affecting you guys, as well as the solar eclipse. We were bound to see some major change coming through. 2020 is a year of unbelievable change, and as is the 20s decade. So we're marching into it as we sort of expect. So 2 more major arcanas for you. The Justice card it says, take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. This can often represent Libran energy, so it could be a Libran person around you that you may be dealing with at this time. If not, it is to do most often with, after a long time, that there is some often legal representation that bodes well for you. So sometimes this is attending a court session or going into court, often with family litigations and things like the custody of children, like these two are very young here. If there have been any problems that you have had with the law recently and you do have to attend any legal hearings for any reason, quite often it will bode favourably for you. Now the other thing about this card is it's a very karmic card, and it's number 8. So it has the never-ending cycle of life, the infinity circle within it. So it often talks about karmic events that are coming to a completion. Now at this point in the timeline of life that we are in 2020, there are many, many karmic releases occurring for people. Some of these are very obvious. They can be the finishing off of relationships and things like a divorce. You know, you're freeing yourself up from something, a karmic debt that you have sort of paid off over lifetimes, really. Sometimes it could be a business partnership that you are dissolving. Sometimes it can be a health situation that is clearing finally. It can be money blockages you've had will be coming freer now. So these are times when justice and karma are paying their respects in your life, if you like, and you are being given an opening door to move into the next stage of something. So quite powerful in many ways. Some of you, as I say, could feel it very, very physically and obviously, and for others it could be this background feeling that you just think there's something changing and I just can't quite put my finger on it. The other one you got next to it was the sun, which bodes beautifully well. So these two in essence together are creating a lot of positive movement or direction and heralding you as you move into the rest of the year with this positive flow of energy. The sun says plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and recommendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. So you can see how through this, especially if we're talking about some sort of karmic pathway or ending of a karmic cycle, you move into this greater prosperity or lightness of being. There's this feeling of maybe relief, and if you don't feel it in the physical, it may be felt at the spiritual or the soul level. This is also representing fertility, conception of ideas, pregnancies. So there's 2 possible signs of pregnancies in this reading for those of you who are interested. Sometimes childbirth or having a child come into your life. Also remembering, as this says, with gratitude and being grateful for life and feeling some sort of reward with yourself as well. So making sure that you pay dividends and homage to respecting who you are and placing honor upon yourself, if you like. Also enjoying life and incorporating laughter and fun and playfulness into life. This could be a very good sign for some of you who have had a bad run in health. Right, so this could be a health issue that is coming to an end or lifting to a degree. So if you have had a really bad health problem, it may be lightened. The load of it may be lightened. So some really powerful cards that have come through. I might do one more for you, but yeah, 4 out of the 5 major arcanas. And I think that the earth signs, and especially Capricorn and you guys, because you're sort of closer to the beginning of the year, were feeling that whole series of conjunction energies with the planets that were around. And they're there for a long time as such. And these are very profound energies. We haven't experienced these for 3,000 years nearly on Earth. What we are going through at this point in time as the collective on Earth is very intense, and none of us really know what it's necessarily all about. This is about learning. This is about experiencing the newness. I'll take this one. The Four of Swords says, set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation, the need for more sleep, or a vacation. I often think too this one can sometimes mean minor operations that might be pre-planned already, so going in for sort of a surgery. Also things that might come around the head or the neck, if we're talking physical health here, so it could be head pain, neck pain, some of those issues might pop up. Now this is another card, interestingly enough, that can talk of conception or fertility. If you in particular are sitting here listening and you're going, no way, I'm not going to conceive a child or have a pregnancy, or that's past my stage of life, or whatever. It can be conception of new ideas or understanding of that type of thing. And the fertility can mean that it started, that this whole idea or plan or new opportunity has cracked into the reality, into your timeline, into being. So again, another incredibly positive card in terms of movement, change, growth, things occurring. But the underlying message here is to look after yourself, take care of yourself. And if you feel the need to slow down or take some time out, do so. Replenish your body, mind and soul with rest and also with meditation. So let us move into this deck and see what is coming here for Taurus for March 2020. And we will see what messages are coming from the Energy Oracle cards. Those are beautiful cards that you received for this reading anyhow. Okay, these ones have come out. Let's see what they are going to say. Financial constraints, I guess no one really wants to see that. Some of you may be in this position at the moment where you are perhaps not having your finances meet your needs. You may have some, which came immediately to my mind, some of you want to purchase something big, like a new car or an overseas trip, but you haven't quite got the finances. So I think this would be telling you to save a little bit longer and to put it off, like don't necessarily borrow. I think borrowing when a card like this comes up is not ideal. It's kind of like a timing card in essence, saying, you know, wait it out. And I see this book in the bottom of the cupboard. I don't know if you can see that. And it's sort of saying there might be something else you need to read or something else you need to learn or understand before the cupboard becomes full again. Also, blow the cobwebs off, right? Bring some fresh energy into your financial sector if you have had some problems with it. If your cupboards are looking like that, or your bank account looks like that, or your purse looks like that, shake it up and move it around and create new energy. Focus on seeing those shelves full of gold essence and gold coins. These were all upside down. It doesn't matter in an oracle deck anyhow. And more books. You have had so many books turn up in different aspects in these cards, and they are really making me think about, I think he has a book in this one, he may not, but these three definitely have books. There is something that you guys either need to learn, look into, read, or find out about a decision or a situation or a place you are going or a feeling or your next step forward. And if you notice too, there's a bit of darkness in here, and I mentioned earlier that something had been kept in the dark, a hidden part that you weren't aware of. And so these all relate to that message at the very beginning. So the more you look into something, the more you delve into something, you will find the light will come and the answers will be there. And that's when I said that it's not as out of alignment as you think it is. There was more information required. And for some of you, this could have been your money out of alignment. Some of you may have had a demand put on you by the emperor, like a tax man, or he might be the person that sent you an unexpected bill, and it might turn up right now in March and you're going, damn, how can I find the money for that? It's all about this digging a bit deeper and looking into something more to understand either how to pay for it, how to put it off, how to negotiate something, how to understand a way of finding money for it. And for others of you, this could be health related, right? And the health issues could be costing money that you haven't got. So again, it's about looking into something and expanding your avenues. This thinking woman, I often think of as an earth sign person. She could come in, although it technically could be an air sign person as well. She could come in and be of support to you as well. I still think, even though the Emperor could have been the one placing some sort of restriction or like an order on you in terms of a bill or something, they both could be in terms very supportive people as well, and they could be people that you are going to visit, listen to, or use as mentors. And this could be information that you gain insight and awareness to on these steps that you are looking to implement as we move into 2020. So the thinking woman can be very useful in your life. She can often be a new boss or employer as well, or a legal representative for some of you. Yeah, so another one of rest and rejuvenation, and it's definitely, for some of you, it's about the body, resting the body up. If you've been unwell, or if you have had anything through this thoracic region in particular, or the shoulders up here and the head, which I mentioned before, if there's any pain in there, if you've been getting headaches or eye aches or strange neck pains, rest and rejuvenation is going to play a big dividend for you guys in the month of March. It's going to heal something. It's going to provide you with more energy. So the other one was the four. No, it's the four of, it's in here somewhere, isn't it? The Four of Swords. You actually did have two 19s, of course. You had the Sun, which was represented with 19 over here. So you've had a couple of repetitive numbers. You've had two 4s and two 19s. So whether or not these are all tied in somehow to one situation or one avenue or one answer, it could be very interesting. But I definitely feel that the Sun is the major player in here, and the Sun is very much a healing perspective for us in our life as well. The Sun gives us all that we need to live on Earth in real terms of energy. So utilizing the Sun's energy could be very beneficial for some of this healing that is required. So the rest and rejuvenation, some of you may have had lung problems, heart problems, liver, spleen, stomach, colon, all the way through to here. But there's a healing light there for you if you are ready for it, and if you are going to involve meditation and rejuvenation as well. It's interesting, this is a weird thing to say, I can't help it, but for some reason he looks like Justin Bieber. And I think he's going through some sort of rest and rejuvenation and rehabilitation at the moment. So hopefully for him that means he will have a recovery. I'm just thinking there, and hopefully none of you are involved with or come across any of the coronavirus issues. But if you do, rest and rejuvenation, the healing light, the white energy, and also making sure you take plenty of natural supplements. Now, a really good one for staving off infections or viruses is the olive leaf. So the olive leaf is a very good one, and so is zinc, and so is vitamin B. But overall, I feel you've had a really interesting reading with lots of succinct messages coming in. We could do one more, although I think I'm pushing the time boundaries on this, but let's see anyhow. Oh, well, two shot out. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. That's beautiful. Gabriel in the throat, helping with this communication in case you need to speak to anyone. And there was one more on the ground, which I will retrieve. And it is just a little bit resonating back with the original message when it said all tied up, and again at night in the dark, and just sort of feeling as though you haven't got the full picture with everything. So we don't need to go any further. We have been reiterated many messages. Call upon Archangel Gabriel as a helper, as a support energy, especially for communication in relationships or in legal aspects around you at this time. Remember that the outcome is quite favourable anyhow. Now we will move into the last card for you guys, and these are a little bit intense as well, but we will work through it as quickly as we can. Oh wow, beautiful. Manifestation. So I will read from the book for what the card means. Manifestation. You will attract what you give your focus to. You are about to experience something you have longed for. You may not see any evidence yet, but don't be disheartened. Instead, be still and align with your soul. Soon you will be inspired to take a step forward, where you will meet your dreams and desires. Fall in love with the unknown, and the path of the known will materialize. You create your life through how you feel and what you think. When you change your beliefs, your life changes to match it. First, you must be aware of how you feel in the present. Practice focusing on what makes your heart sing, not shrink. The time just before manifestation is an opportunity to change any story from your past, present, or future. Your perception is altering so you can see in a new light. Boom! Let in the light. That's what I said. That's so cool. Everything is created twice. Firstly, in the vibrational realm, perceived as imagination, feeling or dreaming, and then in the physical world as manifested objects. Enjoy the journey to all you are manifesting, and your desires will arrive sooner. This is the nature of creation. You can do a meditation if you are interested. So close your eyes, slow your breathing, and think about something you would like to change or create in your life. Your desire is on its way. Breathe in gold and come into complete balance. Breathe out blue and create a space for receiving wisdom and guidance on the inspired action to take. Focus on the moment and bring to your mind's eye a person, animal, place, or situation that makes you smile. Feel the smile stretch through your body. This is how you will feel when your desires arrive in your physical world. Allow yourself to bathe in unconditional love and light. Float dreamily in the essence of you. All is possible here. Stay in this place for at least 30 seconds. When you feel ready, take deep breaths of gold and blue in and out. Gold and blue in and out. Know your desire is moving toward you, and very soon you will rendezvous with it. Open your eyes. You have just weaved your desires into life. Wow, I was enjoying that. That was really good. So some of the reflections and actions that you can take after that meditation and listening to the words of the card are to let all manifestations be what they are and focus on the ones you are drawn to. This is a vibrational match to something active in your beliefs and ideas. Then you could tune into what makes you feel authentic. Take notice of the vibe and replicate it as much as you can each day. When you find the beauty in your current space, your energy will rise in harmony. So there we are, Taurus. You had some beautiful messages. You had some messages, I think, that for some of you, you could find answers for, and some messages to contemplate on about how to maybe make changes if you have any lack or if there are things that aren't going the way you want. And then you had this turn up, telling you that you have the ability to bring this manifestation, your dreams and desires, into reality, into this timeline. And I do feel that right now is a very, very powerful time where we are able to do exactly that, to create these vibrational frequencies that give us what we're seeking. And you have to feel it from the heart first and foremost, more than anything. And once the heart connection is made, then it begins to spill on out into this reality, and your manifestations take shape. So there we are, Taurians, a beautiful way to end your March reading. I do wish you all the very, very best of much success and manifestation into this realm of your dreams and desires. Thank you for listening, everyone. Be safe. Much love. Namaste.